Hello, welcome to a basic course in American Sign Language Review CD. This is going to be following the classes that I teach here for RAs and staff using the book that I just named. Can you see it? That one? It is intended to be used as a review, not as a substitute for classes. And with that, we'll begin. Start off with pronouns. All pronouns in ASL are easy. You point. Very simple. You point at who you're talking about. So if I'm talking about me, I would point to me. I or me. Same sign. I. Me. This is signed exact English. That's the letter I. It is not an ASL sign. ASL is I. Second person, you. You look at the person you're talking to and you point at the person you're talking to. You. Third person, he, she, it, him, her. And all of those are the same sign. The difference between he and she depends on who you're pointing at. If you're pointing at a male, it's he. If you're pointing at a female, it's she. If you're pointing at a thing, it's it. The file cabinet's over there, the bookshelf's over there. It. Okay. Plurals, first person, we, me, all y'all, and me, we. If you can't get the wrist twist thing going, you can do it this way. We. Eventually, we'd like to see you do it this way, because that includes y'all, but for now, this will work. We. You plural. The person you're talking to is included in the sweep. The sweep is what makes it plural, the movement. Not just me, it's us. Not just you, it's all of you. And they. They. Notice I'm not looking at the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. They. But I'm looking at you. So, again, I, or me, you, singular, he, she, it, him, her, pointing at the person you're talking about, we, me, all y'all, and me, you, plural, including the audience, the target person you're talking to in the sweep, and they. The person you're talking to is not included in the sweep. The rest of the vocabulary for this chapter is pretty much adjectives. So we'll go ahead and start with those. I tend to work with relationships and opposites a lot, so you'll see these presented in pairs with opposites or in groups with a connection of some kind. And then at the end, we'll go back through the ABC listing as it has in the book. So, first one, heavy. 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 You have an imaginary box in your hand, and it's heavy, so it pulls you down. Make sure you're not in too close. This is a different sign. Don't sign it. Okay? The opposite of heavy, light. Light. This is called an open 8 hand shape. It's not a flat 5. This middle finger comes down. Then they arc from palm out to palm up and that way. Light. This means lightweight. It is not that bright thing right there. It's lightweight. Weak. Weak. If you imagine standing and you suddenly get weak, your knees are going to bend. Maybe that'll help you remember this sign. Of course, you have 3 legs there, but it works. Weak. Weak. The opposite of that is strong. Pretend you're Popeye. Strong. Okay, temperature. Hot. You have a potato in your hand and you're going to eat it. But it's hot, so you pull it violently away from your face. Hot. This is called a claw, a closed 5. Claw, so hot. Hot. The opposite of that is cold. Cold. It's pretty much a natural gesture. Cold. In between those two, you have warm. Warm. The hand starts as an A right next to the chin, arcs up and out to a sort of a claw, a tight claw. Warm. Warm. Sometimes around here you'll see warm too. I'm not used to that one, so I sign warm, but warm or warm. And to help you remember that sign, if you're standing outside on a very cold day and you go, what'll come out is a puff of steam, warm, because your breath is warm. And with warm we have cool. Cool temperature, not cool like, oh, he's cool, man. Cool temperature. Cool. Happy. Happy. Palms, open hands, brush upwards twice on the chest. Happy. Now you cannot sign, you have to match. Face and body and hands have to match. So your face has to look happy. The opposite of happy is sad. Sad. 5s, palm in, drop down from the face. And you have to look sad. You can't, doesn't work. It's a conflict. You have to. Another emotion, surprised. You start with your S's, one right under the eye, one down a little farther and out. Okay. Head down, eyes closed. The hands are going to pop open to L's, and your face is going to pop up and your eyes are going to open, and you have to look surprised. The same sign means wake up. The only difference is in the facial expression. Surprised, wake up. Okay. This one, wake up, is much less surprised looking. Another emotion, anger. Now, we don't want to start there. Let's move back a little bit. Before you get angry, maybe you're a little bit cranky. Cranky. 5 to a claw in front of your face. Cranky. This is only a little bit mad, annoyed, peeved, cranky. A little bit more mad, a little bit more emotion, and you become mad. 5 to a claw. Instead of wiggling though, this one's pulling sharply. It can come this way, it can come this way. Either way. Mad or mad. A little bit more emotion, a little bit more picking by whoever, and you become angry. Claws start down at your belly, rip up and out. Angry. Angry. And a little bit more, same sign as this, but with a little bit more intensity, and you're furious. After all that emotion outpouring, you become tired. Tired. The hands are bent. Start palm aiming down and in. The hands are going to rock down and drop. And you notice your body slumps at the same time. Tired. Tired. Which is not the same as sleepy. Sleepy. 5 to a flat O. Quack, quack. 5 to a flat O. 5 to a flat O. At the same time your hand is doing that, your face is going to drop and your eyes close. Sleepy. Now, I am short. Same hand shape as tired, that bent hand shape, but it's going to measure height. Okay, it can be this way, it can be this way, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you relative height. I'm short. Now, some people, like my husband, are not short. They are tall. Same idea, you're measuring relative height. So short would be down low, tall would be up high. So my husband is tall. There, have to bend at the knees so you can see that. The other sign is tall. Tall. This hand is just flat and open. This hand is a 1, and it's going to slide up the palm of the other hand. Tall. 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 This sign can be used for a tall person, but more often it's used for a tall thing, like a building or a tree. And this sign is used for a person and not a thing. You cannot have a tall building. You can have a tall building. So basketball players like Michael Jordan and some of those other guys whose names I don't know would be tall because they are abnormally tall for a person. They are tall. If my husband is tall, he's about 6'4". Excuse me, I said that wrong. My husband is tall. He's about 6'4", but he's not abnormally tall. Stand up again. Smart. Smart, intelligent, clever, bright. And smart, clever, intelligent, bright. First one is a 1 hand shape. Index finger touches right above the eye there. Pops out. Smart. Intelligent, clever, bright. They all mean the same thing. The second one is the open 8 hand shape, the same as light. But it's going to touch here and turn to palm out. Smart, clever, bright. This one can be used to remember, if you remember bright, then you can remember that this hand shape with a wiggle means shiny, shiny. So, shiny brains. You're bright if you have shiny brains. The opposite of those two would be these two. Dumb. It's an A with the thumb extended, and you're going to take this fleshy part of your hand and pop it onto your forehead. Dumb. And you are actually hitting, so be careful and use this part, not this part. That hurts. This doesn't, roughly. The other sign is stupid. Stupid. V, fingertips pointing down. It's going to arc up and pop yourself in the forehead again. Stupid. Dumb. Stupid. Smart. Clever. Pretty. 5 is going to arc up and around your face. Then the fingers are slowly going to drop down in and become a flat O by the time it gets to your chin. Pretty. 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 A little bit more than pretty is beautiful. Same start, then it's going to pop back and throw it in your face. Pretty. Beautiful. 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 And, I always miss that one, but I didn't today. Yay! And, the opposite is ugly. 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 Ones right under your nose, pull out and become X's. That's an X. Ugly. Ugly. You can sign it with one hand. Ugly. Ugly. Around here, the kids sign ugly. It's a modified X. Grab a chunk of cheek and ugly. Shake it. Ugly. Ugly. You're ugly. Really, this sign means rude. Ugly. Ugly behavior. But here at GSD, the kids use that to mean any kind of ugly. Ugly. Interesting. Interesting. L's, one on the nose, one in front of the chest. Pull out and become A's with a thumb extended. Ugly. Excuse me. Interesting. Interesting. The sign that's in the book, and you'll see both of these pretty much, I mean, some people sign one, some people sign the other, but they're pretty evenly distributed. 5s on the chest, pull out to 8s. Interesting. 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 That's an 8. Small. Small. 2 cupped hands pull in toward each other twice in front of your chest. Small. Small. Size is relative. A house can be small. A car can be small. A yacht can be small compared to a big one. But a bug can be small. A book can be small. Lots of things can be small. The opposite of small is big. It's a modified, it's an X with the thumb extended to the side. Start in front of your chest. They're going to arc up and out. Big. Big. And again, this is relative. You can have a big bug. You can have a big house. You can have a big car. You can have a big country as opposed to a small country. Be careful with this sign. That thumb must be up. If the thumb is down and you just have X's and you arc them up and apart, you are saying spread your legs. So don't sign that, please. Watch your thumbs. Deaf. Deaf. Index finger touches near the ear, on the chin at the corner of the mouth. Deaf. It can come down, it can go up, either way. This is the common sign for deaf. This is what you're going to see 99% of the time. In very formal situations or with a very old signer, you will see deaf, ears closed, ears closed, deaf, deaf. I am not deaf, I am hearing, hearing, hearing. To help you remember the sign, from a deaf perspective, hearing people do this a lot. Hearing people are so focused on this, and that's why hearing, hearing. In between those two, deaf and hearing, you have hard of hearing. This is just an H, bouncing twice. Hard of hearing. H, H, hard of hearing. Hard of hearing. Okay, that is our vocabulary. We've seen the pronouns. We've learned our vocabulary. Now we need to start making sentences. A basic, simple sentence structure in ASL is a sentence with a predicate adjective, which is to say, in English, I am happy. In ASL would be I happy, I. You can, 3 different ways you can sign the same sentence. I happy, I would be the most common. You can also sign happy, I. And possible, but I don't recommend, I happy. The reason for the third not being recommended is that learning a new language requires changing your mind, the mindset. And you already know that I am happy is English. And that's in your brain as English. So if you can change that to happy I, or I happy I, then it will help you change your mindset and become more fluent with ASL more quickly. Another example. Did you get it? She is tired. He is smart. Okay, there are some exercises on page 16. I'm going to sign each one 3 times. The first 2 will be silent. The third I will gloss, which is to speak in sign or write in sign, which is not correct, but it's a way to show you what's going on. The example is, number 1. You tall, you. Number 2. It heavy, it. Number 3, I'm sorry. Surprised, I. Number 4. They deaf. Number 6. I mad, I. Number 7. She sleepy, she. Number 8. Number 8. We deaf. Sorry. That's number 9. It's light, it. Number 10. Happy you. You are happy. Number 11. We surprise, we. We are surprised. Number 12. He's interesting. Interesting. Number 13. You're pretty. Number 14. It's ugly. Number 15, top of page 17. I am short. Number 16. They are surprised, they. Number 17. It's big. Number 18. I am sleepy. Number 19. It is small, it. And the last one, number 20. She is deaf, she. Okay, now the final review for the vocabulary in alphabetical order. See if I missed anything. And. Angry. Beautiful. Big. Cool breeze. Deaf. Deaf, formal. Dumb. Happy. Hard of hearing. He, she, it, him, her. Hearing also means say, he said. Hearing. Heavy. Hello. I didn't include that one, but I signed it at the beginning. I, me. Interesting. Or. Lightweight. Mad. Cranky. I added that one, it's not in the book. Pretty. Sad. Short. 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 Depending on how short. Sleepy. Small. Smart. Smart. Strong. Stupid. Surprised. Tall thing. Tall person. They or they. Tired. Ugly. Around here. Warm. Or around here. We. Or weak. There you go. Weak. You. Y'all. Y'all. That is the end of chapter 1. Thank you.